Do you need one of these when you're shooting outside? Spoiler, yes you do. Or do you? You do. Or do you? Yeah, you do. Or do you? Hey there, Greg Lewis, Orange Frog Photography. Today we're going to talk a little bit about taking pictures outside with a Speedlite, one of these. You can spell it L-I-T-E or L-I-G-H-T. It's a Speedlite. Right, now you're thinking to yourself, hey, it's gorgeous out here. Well, okay, I'm in the shade right now because it's freaking 110 outside right now, but we're shooting in the sun, right? See my camera over there is in the sun, but now I'm in the shade. So you may very well ask yourself, if it's bright outside, why do I need a flash? You don't really need anything in photography other than a camera. I mean, not like air or food or water, but in order to pursue the creative process that you want to, it's helpful to have little tools along the way. You can certainly shoot anything you want in this kind of light without a Speedlite, but let me show you why it could come in really, really, really handy. First of all, I'm just gonna take a picture of these. Oh, can you see? Look. Beautiful mountains in the background, right? We're gonna take a picture of that beautiful mountainscape. Now, we're gonna do it in manual mode and we're gonna do a couple different exposures, right? Because it's kind of bright, and to get the saturation and the pizzazz, the oomph, pow that you want, you might wanna play around with some exposures. So let's do that really quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up, we're shooting at f8 for no particular reason, just because I can get everything in focus and I like that on this lens. We're starting at an exposure of 750, shutter speed of 750. So let's take that shot. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and move the shutter down one stop several times to sort of bring in a little more color and a little more saturation, right? Okay, so now I've got several different exposures of that mountain in the background. Okay, so it's easy enough to shoot, right, a mountain. You'd never need a Speedlite to do that. But let's say you have a subject you want to shoot. In this case, one Kirk Cobain, who, you know, is got a lot to be upset about, obviously. And of course, he's a little angry and in his heart a little sad because he was in the bargain basement bin at FYE. So let's say you want to take a picture of him. Since he's a little, I got to put him on a stand like this. Yeah, okay. So you see now I've got Kirk Cobain, a little stand right there. Let's move a little closer. Let's move a little closer. So now, let's say I go ahead and focus on Kirk Cobain, but I'm gonna keep that low exposure, that I should say high shutter speed to give me a darker exposure, because I like that punchy background, right? But if I do that, oh, Kirk is a little too, I mean, he's always been a little broody, but now it's just too dark, right? Way too dark. So I got the background that I want, but now the foreground, the subject is too dark, even though he's in direct sunlight, because I'm only working with one exposure. Does that make sense? Now with one of these doodads, I get the pleasure, no, the right to use two exposures. So let's just put this on the top of our computer. It's not a computer, it's a camera. Let's put this on the top of our camera. Now, let's not talk about the quality of light right now. You know, there's a lot of reasons why you wouldn't want to put it right on your camera, and you might want to have it off angle, and you might want to have a softbox, but that's not what we're talking about today. We're just talking about exposure and light. So that's just, we'll do that in a different lesson. So now, if I keep the same shutter speed, and I'm f8, and I put if I turn it on, that's helpful. I'm getting a little more of the punch that I so desire. And you can play around with this. Now, if you had a light meter, you could meter this and see, well, what's the best light at f8, but we don't have a light meter, so we can just test it. We can just play around. There's no reason we can't experiment. We have a very willing subject. He's not going anywhere. So let's just take a few shots. By the way, if you come across somebody that says they're a natural light photographer, hooey. It's fine to just do natural light, and you can get a lot of great results with the natural light, but there's no difference between tungsten light and natural light. It's the same light. And so why not have that ability and power that you need when you need it? So anyway, the reason you should get a Speedlite is they only cost, I don't know, 40 or 60 bucks. If you get one from China, a Yongnuo, I'll list it below, You don't have to get TTL. TTL uses automatic exposure through the lens exposure. Just get a manual one and play with it. Mess with this power of the and the zoom of the Speedlite, and you're on your way. It's super easy. When you get a new camera and you're just starting out, just experiment. But if you want to take it up a notch, get a couple things. Get a reflector for 20 bucks. We'll do that in another lesson. But a Speedlite is so inexpensive and so easy to use and gives you so much more additional capability. I mean, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? I think that's it. Hey, if you have any questions or comments, snarky or otherwise, leave them in the box below. Also, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you liked it, share it with your friends. Thank you so much and stay focused.